Hey guys, it's Shannon from iHeartRadio Canada, joined by Delaney Jane. First of all, I am so jealous of you because you're not in Canada right now. You're in Big
I'm
Bear
not.
in California.
Yeah, I am. And the view is stunning. It actually feels like this is the closest I've ever felt like I'm in Canada while not being in Canada.
Does it
Uh,
feel like cottage country?
okay,
Oh
look
yeah.
at the trees.
Oh my
Look at
goodness.
the,
Get out of
yeah,
here.
it feels like I'm in Whistler or something, like BC, all BC vibes.
Yeah. Living the dream.
But yeah, trying through this crazy time we're all living in.
Yeah, exactly. Are you skipping out on a Canada winter? Are you staying down there?
I usually, the last 4 years, I've always skipped out on the Canada winter. But considering I haven't seen my family in 8 months, I'm definitely dying to go back. So I'm sure that I will spend some time there this winter.
Yeah, where you are in California, are you guys like seeing any of the fires that are going on or you're just like totally removed from that?
Oh my gosh. Well, so I've been car hunting the last couple months, and on Sunday I drove to Pasadena to buy this car, and we drove right past like one set of fires, and then driving to Big Bear, we drove past the San Bernardino fires. So yeah, I feel like right in the middle of it, and it wasn't as drastic as the photos. I don't know if anyone's seen the photos from like the Bay, San Francisco area, where it's literally just orange. It's not as bad, but yeah, it was pretty scary. Looking up at the sky, the sun being completely red, and I mean, just knowing that all these plants and trees are burning up is heartbreaking.
Yeah, I know it's been really tough.
Yeah.
That I feel like on top of the pandemic that we're all going through, I feel like it's such a difficult time, especially because we're so far into it. So how have you been like mentally handling everything that's been going on this year?
Man, by trying to give myself a routine, honestly, creating a routine that I stick to, waking up in the mornings, working out first thing, writing every day, even if I don't feel like writing, because you never know what's gonna come out when you put the pen to paper. And staying connected with my family as well. Thank God for FaceTime and Skype and Zoom and all that. That always helps keep me grounded. But it's hard. I'm not gonna lie and say that any of this has been easy. I know that everybody's faced their own kind of obstacles, and for like since I moved here, it's literally been like one thing after the other. But I just keep telling myself, okay, this is the year. I always decide I was gonna move to LA, but this is the year that the universe is just testing me and making me the strongest, best version of myself. So I'm like trying to take it with grace and dignity. But yeah, I think it's hard, and you really just have to kind of listen to yourself, turn inwards, because it's so easy to get caught up in everything that's going on around us, and it's so overwhelming and stressful. It's also hard being such an empath because I feel everyone's pain. Like I feel the trees' pain when the trees are burning. I feel the pain in Lebanon when the explosion. Like I cry watching these videos, and so I don't know. The most I can do is, try and stay grounded myself, and then also just try and spread awareness for positive change, I
Yeah.
guess.
Do you feel like being an empath and like being able to like feel the emotions of so many people can translate into your songwriting because you can like feel what other people are feeling?
Absolutely. I think that's one of the, I mean, it's a blessing and a curse, but I think when it comes to songwriting, it's a gift because I'm able to, one, look at what other people are feeling and and translate that. But even when I just look at my own feelings and I turn that into song, I very quickly realize that so many people are feeling the exact same way. So in a way, I'm kind of speaking for everyone. There have been so many times where I've had fans and strangers, friends alike message me and say, "Oh my God, I feel like you pulled the words right out of my head." So I just love that music is that universal language where we can all communicate, even though we're, different parts of the world going through different things.
And that's what I like so much about you too. I find like with your music and also just like your presence online, you're very vulnerable, you're very relatable in that way. How do you feel
Thank
like
you.
your fans connect with you most through that? Like what do you think the things are that you've gone through that they relate to the most?
Wow. I definitely think me releasing my album last year was the maybe the strongest connector that I ever shared with the world, that enabled people to really understand my past, what I went through, you know, how that made me feel, but then also who I am today. And, you know, we all have stories, we all have traumas. And if there's anything I've learned, it's that you really have no idea what someone else is going through. And so that's why I try to treat everyone with, you know, equality and kindness. But what was the question again?
What do you think it is? What are the things that you think your fans relate to most about you?
Oh, yeah, I think it's just when I'm super raw and real and I get into the nitty-gritty stuff because, you know, you can go on social media, you can go on Twitter and Instagram and all these platforms and see, um, you know, beautiful people or, you know, any kind of person living a beautiful life and showing the best parts of their life. But I've always believed in just being completely open and authentic because I'm like, I don't see the point in pretending that things are perfect all the time because they're not. And I think it creates unrealistic expectations when in reality, I want my fans to know like, hey guys, it's okay to have a day. It's okay to look in the mirror and like, you know, not love yourself sometimes, but know that you can get out of that. You know, we've all been there. I've been there too. And yeah, I think just being super honest about life and myself and what I've gone through is really allowed people to connect with me.
Yeah. And
Any other way.
yeah, I think if you fake that too, I think people can see right through that. So I think just being your authentic self, like people will soak that right up. So that's so great.
Yeah, yeah, it's so funny. I remember growing up and being in high school. Grade 12 was actually the toughest year of my youth. Well, besides my family shit when I was younger. But I remember my group of like girlfriends. There was one girl in the group who somehow kind of pushed me out completely, and then they all stopped talking to me. It was horrible. And I remember my mom always saying, like, Delaney, you just keep shining your light. Like, don't worry. In 5 years, it won't matter. And so through all the hard times, I just kept shining my light. I know some, you know, spiritual talk, whatever, but I swear it's so important. Don't let people dim your light because people love to throw rocks at things that shine. So just like keep sparkling, you know, wherever you go, you just walk into a room and share your authentic self, and that's how people connect to you.
Yeah, I love that. And I feel like probably in grade 12, that probably felt like the hardest thing to go through ever. Cause that's like, as a teenager, I know.
Yeah. In those moments, you're like, my life is over. Like, the world is ending. Yeah. So dramatic. So dramatic.
Yeah. But that's good. That's good advice to take. And I think that's good advice for anybody out there who's like just trying to do their own thing. Okay. Let's talk about your latest track, Just Sex. Love it. How did the song come to be? Where'd the idea come from? Tell me everything.
Oh man. So I was in Toronto. It was a writing session in Toronto, and I can't remember if we started with the beat or the hook, but I mean, I feel like it's a topic that, I mean, maybe not everyone, but a lot of people can relate to, where maybe there's someone that you have history with. I mean, you definitely have history with this person. And whether it was just a casual fling or it was a relationship, it's basically the premise is like you can't be in the same room with this person without wanting to rip their clothes off. And it's honestly like it's just as fun as that. Obviously, there are layers, of course, throughout the song of, you know, maybe things being toxic at one point. And I've definitely had that relationship too, where it was super physical, but you just know that it's not going to go anywhere. So Just Sex is really about, you know, taking it for what it is, you know, not holding any attachment, just having fun. And it also, when we were making the song, I was getting mad 1975 vibes, just like from the production. I was like, we got to go with this because I'm a huge 1975 fan. So yeah, it's a super fun song. I wanted to give people something they could dance to and just like feel sexy listening to.
Yeah, I love it. I feel like it does exactly that. There's so many songs that talk about sex, but in like a making love sort of way. So I like that you like flip that on its head and it's just about like, yeah, casual.
Like just exactly casual, just accepting it, you know, enjoying it for what it is.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so you have this song. You post them like bomb thirst traps online. You must get some weird DMs in your DMs. Is that true?
Oh yeah, I definitely do. And a surprisingly large amount of dick pics. And I think that's just because people are bored at home. I'm like, I'll never understand why guys think like that gets us going. I don't know. I just laugh. But yeah, I don't know. And like I work hard, I play hard, and there are definitely some people who have tried to shun me from like, you know, showing skin or sharing my body, whatever, online. I'm like, yo, I work really hard for this, and girls only getting older, so I'm gonna embrace this time of my life, you know?
If I had your abs, I don't think I would wear a shirt any day of the week. Like, I'd be like, who I am.
Okay, wait, let's see. I just did a little workout this morning.
Oh my goodness, don't even.
I'm sorry. No, I know. Oh, I'm really lucky. To my defense, I'm really lucky. My mom, I just have good genes, honestly.
Yeah. I'm sure that's not it. I feel like you work for that too.
I do, but she's like smaller than me. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I got lucky.
Yeah. Have you been working out a lot though in the pandemic?
Yeah, it's keeping me sane.
Yeah.
Exercise really does keep me sane. If I go like 5 days without it, I'm like, oh my God, kill something.
I feel like I've like completely fallen off the wagon. Like in the beginning of the pandemic, I was like, okay, I'm going to work out hardcore, but then I've like totally stopped. So I need some tips. What do you got?
Yeah, I feel you on that. There were a couple months where I definitely fell off the wagon as well a little bit. So I've gone back to YouTube videos and just like intense booty blaster. And honestly, if nothing else, if you can get just like a 15-minute in, you'll feel better about it, you know? Yeah, I've resorted to that. I was following videos from F45 from my like Toronto F45 team, but I'm pretty sure I've watched all of those videos now. So I'm like, I need something now.
Yeah, totally. I want to talk to you about the song that you did with I Prevail. That's a good song. Every time you leave, the video for it is just unreal. Did you know that was the plan for the video when you were doing that song?
No, I didn't. We had always talked about doing a video together, which I was super stoked about. And then, you know, as things progressed and the song was just gaining so much attention and hype, he's, you know, Brian, the lead singer, and I were always going back and forth, and he said, you know, I hope you're okay. We kind of want to take a more dramatic, cinematic, and emotional approach. And I was like, now you're speaking my language. And then he sent me the treatment, I think, and I was like, okay, this is cool. And then when he sent me the final, I was like, okay, wow, this is really compelling. So it was a nice surprise, but I was all about it.
Yeah, seriously, it's like an Oscar short film. It's gorgeous,
right? Oh, it's intense. Oh. Yeah, I know. I definitely had like head tears, but emotional.
I was like, oh, goosebumps. This is crazy. Okay, so for yourself, you put in an album last year. You've been releasing a few songs. What's the plan? Are you working towards having enough songs to then release an album, an EP? What are you thinking?
So this year I am releasing my EP, which we've already gone 3 songs deep into. And next year, 2021, I'm dropping my second album, which is so exciting. I have 5 or 6 for sure songs done for that. So, but yeah, it's nice. I'm not gonna lie, there have definitely been some perks about being stuck in quarantine. One being I just have so much time to work on music. So, you know, in previous years, I've kind of felt like I've always been playing catch up and trying to get ahead of things. And now I feel like I am ahead of the game, and I have a very clear idea of what I want my sound to be in 2021. And I keep morphing, you know, evolving as we do as humans. The EP this year, I wanted to put out something that was more fun and upbeat and danceable and just more carefree, especially since we're all going through such a dark time. And next year it's gonna be a bit of both. You know, I'll go back to some of my deep emotional writing, but the production's just gonna be different. But I don't want to say too much.
Yeah. A good tease to end off on. That's so great.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to chat. It's a pleasure.
Thank you, Shannon. Also, your eyes are so beautiful. Even through the screen, I just had to tell you.